get this going. I'm going to bring Love Mark up. Raise your hand, get on stage. Let's do some chatting. All right. Okay, Love Mark, what's up?
Yeah, I just had some questions about some sub two. I wanted to ask. I was recently listening to one of Richard's one of his voice calls like that he did to like trying to learn how he talks on the phone, and he had said that
Yeah.
he went like payments on a sub two deal. I was just asking why would he ask on a set of payments for a sub two deal? Why would he put a balloon on there? I was just confused.
Yeah, see, I'm confused too by that. But sometimes with sub twos, people are looking to get out of them. And so they put a balloon, so you're going to take over the mortgage. But it doesn't make any sense to me either. I'm with you. So it's a confusing thing because you're taking over the mortgage. Once you've taken over the mortgage, that's it. They're done. So I don't know what balloon we're going to give them. So I'm not sure. Somebody else asked that same question. I'm baffled. I don't know if that he just misspoke, and he meant to say seller financing, which might have been what he was doing. But you shouldn't need a balloon on a sub two. But if anybody in the chat saw that too and has a better explanation than I do, because I don't have a very good explanation for that at all. Let's see. So it could have been hybrid for sure. But in general, like if you're taking over somebody's mortgage, you're taking over somebody's mortgage. It could be a situation where they had a pretty large amount of equity. And so the balloon is on that equity, but not on the mortgage part of it. So that's probably what he was talking about.
Okay. Thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah.
I just want to...
Absolutely. All right. Becky, what is going on?
Hello. All right.
Hello. What?
So, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. So, I'm doing good on the calls. Like, I've been making the calls. I've been feeling good. I've got a few people I'm talking to that I think are going pretty well. And so one of the realtors, he is a transaction coordinator and everything himself. So he made it very clear that he can handle all paperwork and everything. And we're just kind of negotiating numbers right now. How would that work if I have somebody who wants to use all their own contracts and everything? Like, how does that work with holding and wholesale?
Yeah, totally fine. They're good with it. For the Dispo side, it's a little bit harder for them to it takes a little longer just because they have to run through all the contracts instead of using their own. But if he's a TC and he wants to do it, it's not a problem. And you want to make sure you're kind of compliant with whatever the seller wants.
Okay, and then because normally, I guess I was planning on doing it through buy box, and when I submit it, right? Can I still submit a external contract through buy box?
Yeah, there's an Airtable that you can upload your contract to. Is it a cash offer?
No.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not. What is it?
Seller finance.
Oh, it is. Okay, that's great. Did you get good terms? Are you excited about it? Is it a deal or is it a kind of deal?
We're negotiating it. It was one of those things for it, but they're like, oh well, we want 10%, 3 years, blah blah blah, and I was like, okay, well that doesn't make any sense, so that's not going to work. So we're going back and forth on what makes sense right now. But
okay.
Yeah.
It's usually tough when they offer the seller financing. It's usually ridiculous terms. So yeah, you can.
I originally called him on a different property, and he was just very familiar, himself with seller finance and all of that. He's like, you know what? I have a list of people. Let me go through them, see who is willing to do that. And I'm like, okay, cool. So if anything, this is supposed to be as a duplex for like 114.
Okay.
I should be able to even offer them a pretty good interest rate on it. So I'm hoping they'll.
Yeah, when it's that low, that's the interest rate's not going to be as important. But I mean, have you ever sat down and done an amortization calculator and just kind of play with it. You know, and you see how much you're paying in interest every month.
Yeah.
It's really eye-opening how much different 0% interest is than even 1 or 2%.
Right.
So
I definitely know it's not ideal. It's just more so for the price of it, right? That's kind of like, I'm more so thinking of like, what is the kid's name in this who gets those super cheap properties and it's like hiking up interest rates, you know?
Yeah.
Like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So I mean, what do you think the property's worth?
I think it's probably close to where it's at 114. I think is, unless they have one side upgraded, the other side's not. So the three bedroom side is, you know, they've upgraded in the last like 5 years, and the 1 bedroom side is, you know, it's fine. It's definitely tricky.
But keep in mind, to sell these things, we got to have great deals. So
right,
keep that.
The cash on cash is still good, and they didn't ask for any down payment. Like when they came to me with like idea, they mentioned the interest and they mentioned balloon. They didn't mention down payment. So I'm like, okay, well,
yeah, that's good. Yeah, we like that. That's for sure.
Yeah, if I can get them at, you know, 20% cash on cash and no down payment, just assignment fee, you know, then that seems like a good deal to me.
No, that seems really good. Nice. All right, cool. Yeah, just plug it right through.
I did put this into your form because I'm hoping once I get some response back from them on what I've negotiated so far, maybe you can help me close that deal. So
yeah, absolutely. Anytime anybody needs me to help make phone calls and close deals, I'm all about it. No problem.
Yeah, perfect.
Happy to do it.
Okay.
All right, good job. Oh, that's solid. It's funny in the negotiation when you don't say something, it's almost better. So it's like, okay, you didn't say anything about down payment. I'm not going to say anything about a down payment. So that's perfect.
What I'm hoping, but I'm afraid they're going to come back later and be like, oh no, duh. Of course we're going to take a down payment. And I'm like, well, that changes all the numbers.
I know you think that too with 0% interest, but a lot of people just don't. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, perfect. Good. All right. Yeah. Let me know.
All right. I will. Thank you.
Okay. See you. Bye. YG.
Hey, what's up, Trent?
Hey, how are you? What's new?
You're good. Haven't seen you in a while.
I know. What's going on?
Working. So now I'm joining the lives whenever I have time, and then everything else I'm kind of like getting more my foot on the pedal here. We're like understanding the game a little more.
Good.
I do have a question about one property though. If I can send it over to you.
Sure.
So there's not really much comps on this, and it's not like the best area, but I know it's on a lot of land where you can put an ADU on it. There is, if you look through the pictures, there's definitely work to be done on here. Single family homes are selling around. Let me get this for you right now.
All right, I'm checking it out. So I'm getting comps 145, 155, 135, 135, 160.
So, but are those are for single family? If I'm correct, right? Because that's what I'm seeing.
4-bedroom, 2-bath. 4-bedroom, 2-bath. What is this one?
This one's a 2-unit, 4-bedroom, 2-bath.
Okay, still the same. I mean, it's still within the same kind of. What's your price?
Okay, so there's two things. So I got a nice rapport with this lady. She's like, yeah, it's like hard. They so what it's listed at right now is at 140, but they said, oh yeah, we actually dropped it down to I think 100 or 120. But when I spoke to her yesterday, I'm like, honestly, I can't find real good comps on this, and like from what I'm seeing in the area, I like the most I could actually give you is 70. And she's like, yeah, like we kind of understood that, and I just want to make sure 70 was a decent price point for that.
How much?
Because if
how much
this
work
turns
do you?
into I'm sorry.
How much work do you think it needs?
So, I mean, it definitely needs paint. There's that stairwell needs to be redone, like inside and the outside of the house too. So that's why I was considering like 30, 40,000. And then because I mean, I don't think anyone wants to come in here and just like do a total rebuild, put like new LVP on here and like whatnot. I think they just wanted to make sure it's like HUD like ready if it goes that route.
Yeah, it's definitely for sure.
Yeah, and then I think she said also they want to do repairs, and I was telling them like, hey, listen, don't do the repairs because even if you put $20,000-$30,000 in, you're not getting that $20,000-$30,000 in the resale, you know, like. And she's like, yeah, I'm telling them. So like, I'm like, hey, listen, like, I'll just take that, you know, if I'm being honest, I see $40,000 in repair. I think I said 40 or 45, and then hey, I just need a better price point. And then so I just wanted to make sure if that was the good price because the comps was kind of hard for me to find on this specific.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to find exact comps, but did you see what I mean? What I put in the chat is the ones that I came up with. So you're anywhere from, I mean, I always take the lowest comp. So 135, you get two 135s, and that's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath. So you've got some kind of comps there. So let me just see. And then what do they owe? Is it free and clear?
I'm pretty sure this one is free and clear. Yeah, this is free and clear. Unless this is like a non-disclosure county, but I don't see anything on Livestream.
And they own 4 other properties too. So and all in Harris County. Okay.
Yeah, they I think it's all in the same area.
Yeah, I think it's a good offer for sure.
Okay. So question here. So I was gonna tell her, like, I just got her email again. I just spoke to her this morning. And I spoke to her yesterday. And it wasn't like she felt disrespected with the price point. I think she like understood the game here.
Yeah.
If I do a seller finance, is that something I could do too, where I just like, hey, like it has to be a minimum of 7 years, like minimum, like I'm not budgeting on there, and then I'll put like a 7% down just because I don't know what I'm walking into.
If you get it for 40?
So no, I'm saying if I make a deal of seller finance at 140.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't?
It's not. No, it's not even close to worth that.
But
no, your cash offer is solid. You could do seller finance at that price. I wouldn't. This is it needs so much work that now you'll be at 160 or 170 before you, and the comps are 140.
Okay, so question. Yeah. So I'm also thinking about buying a property myself. Would that would even be a good idea if I went in that on a seller finance deal, right?
You live there?
So I have someone that was around there, and they say, hey, that you're like kind of on the outskirts, like you're really far away. You know, but I know if it's HUD, what I'm seeing on HUD, it would cash flow.
Gotcha. But do you live there?
No.
I wouldn't make your first fix and flip, your first investment property if you don't live close by.
Okay.
Because you want your fingers in every piece of it, just so you get the education, and so you've got control over everything. Because if you just have somebody else do it, there's going to be a lot of money that just goes missing. Okay,
cool. Well, I have a few friends down there, so that's why I was like, oh, okay, maybe I could bring them in now, right? Gotcha. Okay, so I'll just send her that offer, that 70, and then you know, see what we can go from there.
Yeah, I mean 70, even 70, you're still kind of
tight.
You're on the brink. Yeah, because at 70, you're like you still have to do. You're saying 40,000, so you'll be at 110. I mean it's okay.
I'm overestimating the 40,000, just off of.
Really? You never know. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Okay.
When you get in there and start fixing, and you find out that there's electrical issues or plumbing issues, or you're on an Indian burial ground, which I always like to say. But yeah, there's always something. So
okay, cool.
why?
All right, so then I just wanted to make sure that number was right, and then
yeah,
I guess
I mean, I
I'll
would
send it over to her.
You already told her 70 or what?
Yeah, so I told her, I was like, hey, like, honestly, I told her, like, hey, I'm not sure, but I'm seeing, like, maybe 70. That's what I was telling her. I didn't tell her, I'm like, hey, I'm going to write something up for you. I'm going to see what's the best numbers. I'm going to run them again and just give them to you. So that's why I told her, hey, just give me till today. Or I spoke to her yesterday. And I spoke to her again today. I'm like, hey, listen, I'm going to send something over to you by the end of the day. I just want to make sure I got my number right. I want to speak to you first.
Yeah, and so say your lender said 60. Okay. So you've already let her know that it's going to be low. Mm-hmm. So take it lower, see what happens.
Okay, cool.
I like this way better. You bet. Take it easy.
I also have hopefully a few other deals in the pipeline, so I'm gonna send them over. I just got that Oklahoma one that we was talking about January 27th. Like literally, I'm hopefully signing today because he's gonna bring his mom to the title company and sign it. So I'll send it over to you. Hopefully.
That was the wacky dude. Yeah, I remember. That's funny.
It was, yeah. And then I had another one that same week. That guy, him and his partner are beefing, and now they're not beefing, but now his partner is like, yeah, don't worry, let me see my attorney now. I'm like, okay, bro, like, what is happening? Like, all right.
So
I'm like, yeah, no problem. Let me know what you need.
The crazier it is, the better, because then we can get way more creative. So that's huge.
Yeah. So hopefully I'll send those over to you or let you know about them.
Cool. I love it. Alrighty, bud. Take it easy.
All right,
later.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, welcome aboard. How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm a little sick today. I'm losing my voice, but
everybody's sick. What's going around? Did you get a hold of Yvonne ever?
I messaged her last night. I looked into it, so yeah, it wasn't until like 1 o'clock that I got the message. But yeah, no, I let her know what was up.
Okay, good. Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I know it was one of your DLEOs. Okay, Sammy, what's going on? Oops, you're on mute.
Again. Hey guys, how are you doing?
Good. What's going on?
So, like Shane told me, I texted him. I also texted you the address of the property. I got the address, and she's a motivated seller because her mother, she owns the property, and she's moving out of the country. But the thing is, like, she don't want to do seller finance. And I asked her if she's like open to cash offer. She's like, yes, but Shane told me it has to be like 60% of the ARV, right? And it's gonna come down to 150. She got a mortgage balance, which is 40K left, and now I'm not sure how to go with it. I'm not sure if she's gonna take $150,000 for like because she listed at 260. So how should I go about this? I'm not sure.
Shane, can you send it to me? I don't see it in mine.
Yeah. Here. I don't have the address. Where is it? Oh, here it is.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah. I do.
Let's take a look at it.
Go, my friend.
Beauty. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Is that Texas or Virginia?
It's Texas, Arlington.
Got it.
Hey, Trent, I had a question for you when you're done.
Cool. Let's see. Okay, that's a 260. Let me just check PropStream and see what they owe. There we go. Okay, so they've got a ton of equity. Yeah, so they only owe 35,000, and that looks like a yeah. So they're what are you thinking here? She doesn't want to do
So
seller finance.
yeah, and Shane said it has to be like 60% of ARV that I should offer her for a cash offer, and it's gonna be 150K. And I'm not sure she's gonna bite for like that.
Right. Well, yeah, you never know. The beauty is she's got she's got a little bit of a time crunch. She's already out of the country.
No, not yet. Soon they will be out.
Okay, but was it a rental before?
No, they were living. They've owned it since '95, I guess. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, I like 160. I think that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. 150, 160.
Okay.
What'd you say?
150.
I think that's great. I think that's
What's the
say
maximum
that
I should
again.
offer her if she doesn't go for 150?
Blame everything on your lender. Just say that's all your lender will do, and then like leave the conversation and let them sit on it for a little bit. And just say, I'll see what I can do. My lender, that's the max that my lender is going to lend on. That's
Okay.
how I would do it. And do you know if there's any repairs needed at all?
Property need. I asked her. She said there's no repairs. They recently did like a little bit of work on the property. I think just to sell it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely come in at how long has it been on market? Let's see. Oh, 18
not too
days.
long,
So they're
like 3.
They're not that hungry yet.
But in 18 days they went down 20K. They listed at 280, then they went down to 260.
Okay. And they put it on 2.6 for 280, then 270, then 260. So yeah, they've been dropping it every 10 days, every week. Yeah, I think that's a solid offer. Let's see. Your comps are 180, 256, 249, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I think you're good. And the rents, I mean, did you confirm the rents on those? They say 2,400?
It's gonna be rented at 1,900. I'm taking it to a lower side.
Okay, perfect. Hold on just a second. Yeah, I mean, if you can get it at 150, it's a solid deal for sure. Yep, go for that and see what happens. You can squeak it up to 160, but let them sit for a little while first, because you can just you get the idea that they're moving this thing every week, and so if they that's all that yeah, and just blame it on the lender for sure, always.
Okay, great.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Later, bro.
All right, take care.
Hey, Trent.
Marcus V, what's going on? Marcus V. There we go. How are you, bud?
Good. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm finally at a desk on the road. Okay, so I've got a few questions I wanted to ask. The first one, on a sub 2 deal, for example, the pre-foreclosures, how far along in a pre-foreclosure can we still go after it? As long as it's not
Till the day it's taken over. I've done 2 deals on the day that it's being taken over.
Okay, because I had called one a while back and we talked about I was already in a short sale and he said not to go with that. Leave that one alone.
Right. So a short sale is different than the pre-foreclosure. So the short sale, sometimes the bank already has it. So if the bank doesn't have it yet, if they haven't closed on it completely, then you're okay.
Okay. And then I've got a couple of addresses here that I was going to ask you about.
Yeah,
send one to you.
Yeah, send it in the DM to both me and Shane. Okay, got it. Okay, what do you know about this? Have you talked to the real?
Yeah, so there is the seller is being helped by a realtor, but it's not an on-market listing. She's just a friend of hers that's helping her sell it. So she's the one doing the negotiating. But she said she would go with 95. And I'm thinking, well, to me that sounds, like a really good deal. But she said that somebody had already done a wholesaler called her and put it on contract, and for whatever reason they just ghosted him or something, or it fell apart. So the seller has already got a bad taste in their mouth for working with wholesalers or anybody trying to do something. So I'm trying to see how can I word this to where to where it sounds better than what they have experienced in the past. And also, how would that look process wise? Like once she agrees, okay, if you submit an offer for 95, we'll probably take it. What would be the next step?
Let's make sure it's a good deal. Yeah, it looks like, your low end comps are between 144 and 215. So let's see. Okay, and they own it free and clear. It's their only property. Why are they leaving?
The owner wants to move out and buy a trailer and just get away from here for some reason. I don't know why, but she wants the money to go get a trailer.
All right.
I think her husband is passed away and she's by herself and she wants to leave.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I think you're fine at 95. You already offered 95 and she accepted?
No, but she said that she would at around that number. I tried going
Around
to
that.
75. Yeah, I tried to go to 75. She said no, that they might be willing to go 95, something like that. But that was kind of the conversation we had.
Okay, go. I would definitely offer 90 and see what happens. And you're not paying there's no realtor involved, so that's huge.
Right.
And that's on her side anyhow if she wants to pay the realtor. So cool. Yeah, I would go 90 and see what happens.
So what would the process be if they say, yeah, go ahead and send an offer? Or, since she doesn't have it on the market, she wouldn't be responsible for setting up a contract because she's not technically.
No, we can do the contract. No problem. Contracts are easy. We've got all that. There is a Texas contract, so the realtor probably will send it over. Texas has kind of a strict contract thing going on. So that's why the realtor is probably part of it. So the realtor will probably send over the contract. But yeah, if you get a contract going, if you want to send it to my student health form, then we can help you with the whole back end of it.
Okay. And if she says 95 and declines 90, we're still getting there, aren't we?
I think we're good on 95. Shane, did you get the address?
I did not.
Let me send it to you.
I'll resend it.
Thank you.
You got it?
Yeah, I sent it to him.
Okay. And I have another one I'm going to send you right quick.
Okay, go for it.
66.
Yeah, because you're still, I mean, you're potentially going to cash flow on this as well. So it should be pretty easy to sell. Especially with no repairs.
The only concern was the town that it's in, because it's in a smaller town of 155,000, I think.
Yeah, that's not a big deal. That's big. Big enough. Let's see.
All right, and then this one.
Got it.
This one here, my realtor brought it to me.
Okay.
And this one, it does have a tenant, and it's a month-to-month tenant, and they're paying $1,000 a month. And they said that the tenant's not wanting to leave, but it's a month-to-month contract, so I guess if we wanted to, we could. But if somebody's in there, why? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Amen to that. I mean, you won't have to do anything. So that's
on this one. We're probably gonna submit 97.5, but I don't know if that's a deal.
Okay, what brought you to that number?
I honestly got this one so far back, I forgot my math on it.
Okay, but and the motivation of the seller?
It's just listed on the MLS, and I was just trying to get a lower offer on it.
Yeah, you're a little bit lower than they're asking. I always feel like people put their properties up for about 20 grand more than they think they can get, and so that takes it down to 108. And you're offering how much? 97.5?
Yeah, 5.
It's okay. If you can get it at 80, that would be way better. Because I mean, I'm just looking at comps are 145, 170. And what kind of work do you think it needs?
I would probably say it just needs complete updating. Not a complete, facelift. But I mean, it could have both. It depends. You could take it apart and completely remodel it, make it into a nice, pretty little home for, like 50,000, or you could just give it some cosmetic work and make it look a little nicer and keep renting it.
Yeah, I would approach them in the same way and just offer 80 and say that that's as much as your lender will give you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
80 is still kind of a wobbler. But yeah, I don't think that's a bad.
So on homes like that have a tenant in, I mean, it's cool to make a move on it. We just work with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Either the tenant can stay there, or they can.
Yeah, because getting a new tenant in there costs at least 1 month's rent, and then you have to pay for management fees and everything. So having somebody already in there that's comfortable with the place, that doesn't need it fixed up, that's pretty great.
Okay. And then I just sent you one more. This is a pre-foreclosure, and I just wanted to kind of go over the numbers on it right quick before I make an offer for a sub 2.
Okay. And so do you know the mortgage statement on that one?
No, but like there's a lot of these that I wanted to attack, so I'm kind of wanting to get a game plan on how to attack these.
Sub 2s?
Well, yeah, I mean, I have an idea how it works, but I just wanted to kind of make sure I got this right, because like this one, they have an estimated balance of 212, and their total loan amount is 234. It's 3.1 interest. It's a pre-foreclosure. So on something like this, we wouldn't really offer any money, right?
No money at all, because if it's in pre-foreclosure, it means they're behind. Right. So we need to find out. You need to get a mortgage statement or get access to their mortgage portal. That's essential, because they could be behind 2 years and you don't know it.
That'd be okay.
Yeah, and so as it stands, if we don't know what they are behind, you want to just take it over and not give them anything. That's my strategy always. because the equity is what you're going to be selling, and there's not a ton of equity. So I have a feeling. Which one is this? This was Crestway?
Yes.
Okay. So they're behind, but it looks like that it's not in horrible shape.
No, it looks like a pretty decent house.
Really decent. Yeah, that's great. 287, and so they owe 211. Yeah, you're in a great situation. Yeah, by just taking over the loan would be great. They probably won't go for it because they feel like they've got probably equity of 100 grand in their mind. But absolutely offer that.
So I'm looking at I'm using the Real Elite software, kind of similar to X Leads, and it's showing a loan amount of 234. Is that the original loan amount or is that the balance?
Original. Yeah, that's the original loan amount. And so the
234?
estimated loan balance is 211.
So they got about 20,000.
Nope.
Equity.
You got to go with the value of the houses too.
Oh,
they think the
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, they
okay.
think the value of the house is 287.
Let's see, grow here.
So
yeah.
So they're thinking they've got 60 grand.
The 287, you're seeing that value on what software?
Zillow, that's what their asking price is.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's on Zillow.
Yeah,
I'm quite sure
it's off market, but it shows on Zillow.
Okay, yeah, because the retail number that comes up here is 315. I guess that's something else.
That's the estimated value on Zillow as well.
Okay. All right. Well, appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Take it easy.
Thanks.
Sure. All right, Reckham or Rickman. No, Rickman. Okay, you tell me.
It's Reckham. It's fine.
It is Reckham. Okay. What's happening?
So I've been making some calls, and I got some. I don't want to say decent traction. I've been building some rapport. Not a lot of the offers have been accepted. They had their reasons. Well, when I say they, I mean the sellers themselves had their reasons. But this particular one I was kind of confused about. I put the deal into. Let me just send you the thing really quick. I put the address into Buy Box Hotel. I got the deal and everything. So basically, what happened was he told me that the seller. Shit, I got so much shit in my head right now. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Trying to find the property too. Yeah, so basically he told me that the seller was trying to upsize, right? And they still have a mortgage on it. I'm trying to find the property.
No worries. Yeah, send it over when you got it.
This was it. Sending it over now.
All right, perfect.
So they have a little bit of equity in the property. I didn't suggest subject to. I'm not 100% on my pitch for subject to or for houses that actually have a mortgage still. I'm not completely 100% confident in my pitch, but yeah, he said the seller isn't really looking to finance because they're trying to get the money to upsize, and I wasn't too sure after that point how to. I kind of closed it off pretty well, pretty professionally, but I wasn't too sure how to like pivot and still kind of, or morally, I wasn't sure if I should continue to pursue it because like really it isn't a good deal for them, and I'm not trying to shaft anybody. So
sure. Well, that's part of our business. Is it not shafting people, but satisfying good deals. Like it's usually a good deal for us isn't a great deal for the seller, but there's other things that come into play. So it's not really shafting them if you're taking over and getting equity in their house, but they get out of like they've got a $1,200 payment. Maybe they're having a rough time making that payment, and maybe it's a situation that you can help them out of that situation. You know what I mean? So don't feel like you're shafting them. Sometimes people kind of have to pay the piper just to get out of a situation that they got themselves into, or if they're on the move and they need to move fast, sometimes they don't have time to get a great deal. So don't ever feel like you're shafting them. So this one, I'm sure they feel like they have about $75,000 in equity. It's a great interest rate. It's 3.55. They owe $252,000, and they're asking $320,000.
So they actually had it up to 340 before. He told me that they had it on 340 because they were trying to get 320. But when they realized they wasn't getting any offers at that point, they pushed it down to 320, and they're kind of solid on that number because this is what he told me. As far as the seller, he wants to get that money out of it in order to buy another house.
Right. So you've done a great job figuring out what their motivation is, and so on this one, there's probably not a whole lot you can do because it's not going to be very sellable. Because they want their $70,000 in equity. In these situations, sometimes you can offer 10 grand, but it doesn't seem like they're going to budge because they really want to get, I mean, especially if they're upsizing, they want as much as they can get. So they'll probably hang tight. How long has it been on?
A while.
Why don't I see that on PropStream anymore? Oh, MLS details. So 107 days. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those situations where if you can come in and say, hey, I'll take that mortgage off your plate, you won't have to pay that $1,200 anymore. Is it empty, or are they still living in it?
I can't remember. I don't even think you mentioned that.
No, they're probably still, that's not a staged. Yeah, there's tons of personal stuff and waters and stuff. Yeah, so they're still living in it. So they're just, it sounds like the dream is to get something better, but they're in no hurry. So, I mean, potentially you can offer them.
Well, he's motivated. That's why I didn't quite understand why they wouldn't. I followed up with a text and I was like, hey, we can always put the property into a trust, buy the trust off of you, just to eliminate that whole due on sale type of situation.
Yep.
He didn't answer yet. He's still, I guess, he's busy with something, or he's pitching the first offer from the call to the seller. But yeah, I even went, because that was the pitch that I saw on buy box, and of course it makes sense. So it just said $20,000. Yeah, $20,000 down to pay the closing costs, fees, and everything. Put some money in their pocket as well, but it completely takes over the mortgage. So I wasn't sure why the seller wouldn't be too interested in that.
Well, because they still have $50,000 in equity that we're not talking about. And so I would love that. I would take over that mortgage in a hot second if I can keep that 50 grand for myself. It sounds like their whole motivation is to move up. So they are going to squeeze every penny they can. So, I mean, you can do a lowball cash offer and then go to that sub 2. But yeah, more than likely they're going to say no, but yeah, absolutely give it a shot.
Yeah, I really think they're going to say no, but okay.
Yeah, no, it's a great learning experience. That's what we got to, everything's, as long as we're getting something out of it, that's good. The learning experience part is great.
For sure. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. You bet. Later. All right. Let's see. Okay. Nobody's got their cameras on. Let's, if you jump on board and you have your camera on, I'm going to get up to you way faster. Bruno, what's going on? How you doing? You're on mute.
Pretty good. Can you hear me?
Yep. What's up?
Awesome. Couple of questions. Number one, real quick, because you mentioned something to someone earlier today about not investing on your first property unless it's in your area. Is that
as long as
just...
I'm talking about fix and flips.
Okay, good. Because I was
I
like,
don't have any. Yeah, everything I've invested in is somewhere else. I've never even stepped foot in it. So, but if you're doing a fix and flip, I think it's a huge mistake to not be on site.
Okay, fair. No, yeah, I'm in Austin, Texas, and this is not the place to invest right now. So I was looking at
no, it is. Austin's good.
The property taxes are just. I want to start investing in single or multifamily, but the property taxes, everything I see here is just crazy. So, but yeah. Okay, but my actual question in here was, I'm actually talking to someone from your team about a multifamily that I've been going back and forth. They want to try and do a hybrid deal in here with them because he still has a little bit of a loan in there. Now they're asking me for proof of funds, and one of the things I'm not understanding. So I went to that. If I put in here POF, it gives me those links, and one of them is the besttransactionfunding.com. Funds, right?
Yeah. If you've already put it through to us, we can provide POF, no problem.
I have, but so whoever I'm talking to, she actually gave me a call yesterday, and I've been texting with them. They told me to just now send an offer, and I emailed with a new offer the realtor, to which she replied asking for proof of funds, and she asked.
Just text my team back and say, hey, I already signed a JV and everything. Can you send proof of funds and give them where it needs to go? That's no problem at all.
All right. She said for proof of funds, she also asked, do you plan to get an inspection, and how much earnest money will it be deposited as soon as the contract is signed? So I know that earnest money that's going to be post inspection.
Is this one in Texas?
Say that again, sorry.
What you're looking at in Texas?
No, this is in Mobile, Alabama.
Okay, yeah, just it's going to be 15 business days for the inspection. That's what we try to get if we can, and then the earnest money of $1,500 will be submitted after that.
Non-refundable after. Yeah, that's what I told. At least it was a couple of weeks ago because we're trying to figure this out. Okay, but okay, for the proof of funds, I'll text your team and I'll go from there.
Yeah, who are you working with? What's her name?
Let me see. Don't remember. Let me see if she's Austin.
Okay, good. Yeah, she's awesome. And then just send that over to her. I'll send her a little message too. And Marilyn is in the chat right now. We'll just send her a message saying you're going to give her a text or email requesting proof of funds. That's really cool.
Amazing. I'll text her right now. My second question in here, real quick, if that's okay, is as far as a sub to a property that it seems like, and I'm going to pull PropStream again. On PropStream, they have, and I'm going to pull that again. Here, there, and if you want, I can send it to you as well. I already sent it to you as well. But on PropStream, it tells me that they have 3 different loans. Okay, so they have one with a 4.3%, 4.28, another one which is a credit line. So they have a new conventional at 5%, a credit line revolving at 341 variable loan, and a future advance clause at 4.28. They're all very low. The highest is 5, the conventional. But is this something we can take over in the trust? I don't
know. So 299. Let me just see the property.
299.9. They've been on the market on Zillow for 250 days. Looks like they still owe 244. So at 299, we can easily take at least 30,000 out of this if they've been for almost a year. sale, which means they're barely going to make any money if they indeed still owe 244.
Correct. And I'm even worse. I would not offer them anything. Let me just see. Let me just double check the numbers here.
I've been only looking at seller finance, but I'm like, maybe I should start approaching some sub twos as well.
Love sub two. Yeah, I think sub two is way more fun. Okay, so I've got loan balances of 160, 30, so 190, 244 total.
Yeah, 244, right? 279. Yeah.
Okay, so 244. I hate the credit line, but it's only 30 grand because that's variable and that can change. But the other two look like they're okay. So here's just seeing 3 loans makes me know that they're having a rough time financially. Okay. So they keep on, they're like, oh, let's just pull a little bit more out, pull a little bit more out. And so since they're having a tough time financially, I would offer nothing at all to them to take over the loans. And you would take over all the loans. And the reason we're not going to offer anything is because, I mean, Zillow's saying, PropStream saying the estimated value is 318. They're asking 299. Yeah, there's nothing left there. So potentially, because they owe 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 1,700 a month, right? And what are the rents in the area? Is it gonna be 1,700?
It was more than that actually. It was actually
28,
pretty good. It was about 20 something.
Even taking over the loan, it's not a great investment. The only thing you got going for you is it is a nice place. It's not hammered. It doesn't need anything major. So, you could offer taking over the loan, but it doesn't cash flow, so it's going to be a tough one to sell.
Okay. All right. Since this would be my first sub two deal, maybe I should start with someone with only one loan for my first call.
Yeah, sub two. Great. Also, yeah, that they owe more than. But just for the education purposes, I would just talk to them and say, hey, I can come in and give, just take over the loan. That's all I can do and see what they say. But it's good for the education for sure.
Okay. Yeah. I've been trying to call. I haven't been able to get pretty much, besides that multi-family, no one wants to accept seller finance. It seems like it's not an easy thing to get, but it's a number, I guess.
Yeah, it's 100% not the greatest thing for them. But if you find somebody in a position that they can take it, sometimes they like to do it. So it's a roll of the dice, big time. So yep. Absolutely.
I'll keep trying. But yes, my main question was about the fund. So I'll reach out to your team then. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Take it easy. Bye. Later. Okay, Ryan, what's up?
How's it going, guys? Good morning.
Good. Morning.
So I just did my first deal by myself. Like I found my own buyer, everything like that.
Great. Yeah.
The buyer sent a contractor to go look at the house today. He accepted the deal, so I'm writing up the contract on my own. My first contract that I'm doing by myself. So my question is on the purchase price column. Am I putting the purchase price of what I'm buying it from the seller or the total as far as with the assignment fee?
So the assignment fee will be a different. There'll be a separate line item.
But I'm just using the contract from the Discord, the purchase and sell agreement.
Yeah. What I would do, so you're doing a cash deal?
Yeah.
Okay. I would spend a little extra money and get a hold of Richard's TC and make sure you're doing everything right. And just, they won't charge you the full amount, but you definitely want somebody keeping an eye on what you're doing. Is there a realtor on the other side?
Yeah.
And have they put together any kind of contract at all?
No, I got off the phone with them maybe about like 30 minutes ago. She asked me if I want to write up the contract or if she want to write up the contract. I pretty much said, which I'll do it if it's okay. I don't know. I just said I'll do it.
Yeah. So what I would do is I would contact go on to under help. What is it? Help. Yeah, get help and go to support. And reach out to Richard's team and just say, hey, I'm putting together all my own stuff. I've found a buyer. I've done everything. What would you guys charge me to TC it, to be the transaction coordinator?
Okay.
Because my suggestion is, since you've never done it before, you want to make sure that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted and everything's right. They're not going to charge you a ton. Tell them I sent you, because it's important for you to make sure you've got somebody keeping an eye on your back.
Okay.
But yeah, let them know that you already have a buyer. You already have how much did you buy it for? How much are you selling it for?
So I offered 40,000 cash, and I'm buying. Okay. I'm selling it to the buyer for 50.
Okay, great.
And
good. Sounds cut. So your assignment fee is probably going to be around $5,000. I know it sounds like 10, but keep in mind you've got closing costs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, good. Excellent. Good job.
I appreciate it.
All righty, bud. Take it easy. All right. Oh, Flores. What's going on?
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. I had a couple questions. So, in looking for properties, sometimes I've been having an issue with misinformation from Zillow to PropStream.
Yep. That'll.
And then sometimes Zillow also just hasn't updated properly. Like, for example, I was working on a property, and then next thing you know, I looked at the listing and it said foreclosure, when before it didn't say foreclosure. And I already had sent out an email with an offer. So I didn't know what, I mean, I know that I can retract the offer, but nothing's been put in the contract or whatnot. But I wanted to see up to what stage are we able to take those deals for them to make sense for us.
Okay, so if it's in foreclosure, there's nothing you can do. If it's pre-foreclosure and they owe on their, you got to find out from their mortgage statement. So you ask them for a mortgage statement, or ask them for access to the mortgage portal that they have, because you want to see how far behind they are, because that's going to factor into the purchase price.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah, makes sense. And that too, as far as I wasn't clear as to whether or not we were able to take pre-foreclosures, because I know that sometimes they can be kind of lengthy, from my understanding.
Well, not if it's pre. A foreclosure can be lengthy because you got to go through the bank, and so that's a pain.
Okay.
Pre-foreclosure, and in simplest terms, what I've done in the past is, on the day that they're going to be foreclosed on, I come in with the money that they owe. I pay it to the bank directly through the portal. I take over the portal. I change all the passwords, and then I send a quick claim deed, and they quick claim their property over to me. So super simple. Foreclosure, whole different deal. Now you're dealing with the bank. The bank's not going to help you out much, unless you get a personal relationship with the bank. They're usually, they've got so many lawyers and so many hoops they have to jump through legally that it's kind of a pain.
Okay. And then also in the process of making an offer and understanding how to approach people who have a high equity, is that even worth pursuing? When they
not usually, Yeah, because the whole idea is we're looking for people that are having a little bit of a rough time, that need some help, need somebody to kind of save them. If they've got high equity, they're looking for a paycheck. And so more times than not, there's nothing there. Of course, there's times that somebody's figured something out, but I would say 99% of the time, it's if they've got high equity, there's not really a deal there.
Okay. I'm gonna send you an address also for a property. I wanted to see if we could run some numbers and see if it makes sense. Okay.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Is it the one in Carlsbad?
That's the one that foreclosed. So I sent. That's
Are you in New Mexico?
I'm in Cali.
Oh, you're in Cali. Whereabouts?
Yeah. Central Coast, Paso Robles.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, wine country.
Yeah, it is. It's an awesome area.
Yeah, originally from Los Angeles, but been out here 10 years now.
Hard to beat. That's a good one. Okay, I'm just checking the Carlsbad. So it says foreclosure. Did you talk to the realtor at all?
Yeah, I made contact and she said somebody else was helping them out. And she didn't see the Zillow saying foreclosure as well.
Well, it is all boarded up too, so interesting. Oh, there we go. Some inside stuff. Yeah, that little ADU is boarded up. I wonder why. Yeah, I mean it's always worth giving them a call and just saying, "Hey, is this actually in foreclosure or
not?" Right?
Yeah. Well, it looks like there's 2 units. There's that brick one, and then there's the stucco one.
Huh. Right. So I was kind of confused on that as well.
3 units. But there's the okay, yeah. Double check on that one, and I'll check the Oro Grande one.
Yeah. So there's Oro Grande one. I did the math, and I mean it cash flows really well. The situation is the guy's going through a divorce. I spoke to the realtor, and he has an FHA loan with a balance of $314K at a 4.9. It is turnkey. Okay. It's 2 units side by side, 3-1 each unit. They each rent at $2,200.
Yeah, I've got a rent estimate of $1,500 from Zillow. Is that right or no?
I looked at the comps and I came up with $1,800. He said he can provide tenancy. The last tenants. They said that the last tenants were paying $2,000.
Okay.
And so he's asking, like I said, he's willing to do seller's finance on his FHA, but he wants the equity, so he wants the asking price of $410. So I wasn't sure.
He's got an FHA on it?
FHA, yes.
Because I'm not seeing anything on Zillow. Yeah, find out what are you saying he owes?
$314K. And I got that directly from the real estate agent.
Okay, and so at 314, he's looking for about $100,000.
Yeah, he said he's about 96 grand in equity, and he just wants the equity and then take over the loan. He's willing to.
Yeah, but there's nothing in there for you. Yeah, so I mean, you could give him 30 grand and take over the loan. You know what I mean? We don't want it. We don't want it to be even Steven. Like if we give him all the equity and take over the loan, like there's nothing in it for us.
Right.
So yeah.
And
I would offer. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No. Yeah, I was just saying. I don't know if I was doing my numbers right, but I saw the comps around that had sold around, and they were about 450 to 460 around that market. So I told them, the best that anybody can do is 350.
That's cash.
Yeah.
And what do you say?
He said he'd present the offer to his guy, to the seller. But I was wondering if the numbers made sense.
If you're getting down to 350, and he's so the 350, and he owes he owes 100. No, he has 100 grand. So yeah, I mean, then yeah, in a seller finance situation, you could probably offer him 20.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of is in the same ballpark and take over the loan. And what's the interest rate on
4.9 on the FHA loan balance?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the balance or the percentage? 4.9%, right?
Yeah, 4.9%. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's about all I could. That would be the most I would do. So start off at just taking over the mortgage and seeing what he says. He's going to want his equity. But yeah, if those rents are actually $2,000 a month on each one, then yeah, you're in a great situation.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate your advice, and yeah, thank you.
You bet. Absolutely. Take it easy. All right. Rannon, on the road.
Yes, I am all day long.
You're on mute. You're somebody. But there we go. Now you're not. Okay, you're good.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Cool deal. Not a whole lot. Hey, so I found a property yesterday. I'm pretty new to this. I just got on last week, and I made my first call yesterday, and it seems like it was a pretty good call. I found a property for about 180. Seller owns it completely. I can go ahead and send you the address if you want me to.
Yeah, wait till you stop. I don't want you trying to do it while you're driving.
Oh, it's an all-day thing. Anyways, so seller owns it outright, and he's got a few other properties. They do offer owner financing, but they offer it at 11%.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
That's so. Yeah, in general, when they're willing to do owner financing, it's always terrible.
Yes. So I put it into the offer oven, and I looked it up on PropStream, and it looks like we could still make like $500 a month off of it.
Okay.
It says rent in the area goes for about $1,500, but I'm local, and we have oil field over here, and I know that rent typically goes for a lot higher than what the market suggests in this area for basically anything.
Yeah.
So it suggested $1,500 or $1,480 for the rent, but the seller himself said that he has multiple people offering $2,000 or more a month. And I believe that just because of what I've seen other things rent for around here.
Okay.
I'm just not quite sure what to offer him. And he also has another place that is completely off market. He just told me about it. It's 16 units, 1 bed, 1 bath each. And if he was to sell it, he said he'd probably ask about $1.4 million for.
For 16 units. And what do they rent out
for? He said about 1,000 to 1,100 a piece.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so first of all, don't figure the rents at what you think they're going to be. Figure your rents at $1,400. Okay. We always want to underestimate every single time for sure. Yeah, when you get to a point where you can send the addresses, I can give you a better assessment of it for sure.
Okay. Actually, I'm about to pull over right now.
Do that, and then send me. I'll get to somebody else real quick, and then I'll come back to you.
Okay, actually, I've got it. How do I send?
Okay. Bro, don't worry about it. Don't send it. Don't send it right now. You're making me nervous. Crap. I just know we're gonna see your
on
whole
live
body windshield.
I'm used to doing this. This is an all day, everyday thing for me. So, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. But if I the video will be awesome. I mean, I'll be super excited, but I don't want to see your dead body.
Okay, yeah, let me figure out how to send this real quick.
Okay, yeah, just when you pull over, oh my goodness, you are all of, nope, I'm not okay with this. I'm officially not okay with it. It makes me so nervous. Okay, you're pulling over or you're doing donuts. I don't know which one. Okay, cool.
Yeah. One of the two. How do I send?
Yeah. So click on, just click on my face.
I've got it in your. I've already got it in, like the address typed in and everything. I just need to figure out how to send it.
Yeah, just click on my right click on my face. You did it.
Send it to you.
What's the origin of your first name? That's an interesting name.
I have no idea. My mom said that she found it in a book somewhere, and that's all she remembers.
It's always the book. That book has named more kids. All right, let me see what I can find here. I'll send it to you, Shane.
Thanks, sir.
Odessa is oil country.
Yes, I was thinking before the war.
What do you do for a living?
I'm in the oil field.
Oh, okay. You are. You watch Landman or whatever that new.
Yeah, it's pretty far fetched. I'll say that.
Is it far fetched?
It is.
A lot of, not as much drug running.
Well, I mean, there is a pretty large drug scene around here. I think the safety issues on there are pretty far fetched. A lot of these companies around here are so safety oriented now because they've been taken for millions and millions and millions of dollars for every accident that happens. That they're pretty strict on that stuff.
Yeah, but they got to sensationalize it for sure. So it's got the screen for you. Okay. And what were you thinking of offering?
I have no idea where to start on an offer. Like I said, they own it outright, and so that kind of stumped me with everything that I've been watching.
No, that's good. No, that's where seller financing comes into play. So what we do, our whole strategy, since you're new, and we'll anybody in the Discord knows this strategy, but we'll refresh everybody's memory. You want to come in with a low ball cash offer, and the reason we do that is just to make them feel like their place is not really worth that much. But then we pivot, and we offer. Either I like to offer their asking price, which I feel is always overinflated, but some people will go way over their asking price to incentivize the seller to take a set of payments. And so what you can do is come in and say, hey, I was looking at your place, it's really cute, but the best my lender will do is $90,000. And so really substantially lower than what they want. They'll be like, nope, we don't want to do that. And then you're like, well, what if I came in, you can even go a little higher, at like 184, to incentivize the seller to take a set of payments. Is that something you guys would be interested in? And then we can run the numbers on that as a seller finance. In fact, I'm sure Shane already has done that. Am I ahead of you, Shane, or are you on it? I'm sure you're on it.
All on it. I just posted up in the chat.
Okay.
Without
so,
of course.
So
So at the regular
that
numbers,
would
run fantastic.
So those are your options. And then where is the seller finance?
It's not on there. I would just add $20,000 onto it max. And then
Yeah, so we're trying to incentivize, and then you want to offer them with seller finance. What I like to do, and you're saying that the rents are 2,000, but Zillow's saying 1,700. So let's take 25%, 1,700. So we're looking about $425, $425 a month. We like to give them 10% down, or maybe even less. So if we come in and say, hey, we'll do $15,000 down, $400 a month, and see if that's something they're interested in at all.
Okay. And I don't know if I said they're an investment group.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
I don't know if
that's
that
going to
changes it at all, because they completely renovated the house
yeah.
and everything.
Yeah, that'll change everything, because they know what's going on, and so they're not a desperate family looking to move and trying to get their money fast. More than likely, they'll just be. Let me see how big of an investment group they are.
I actually have the name of the investment group. He sent it to me yesterday.
Okay. I'm just trying to see how many other. They don't have any other linked properties. Yeah, it's Restart Capital. Is that right?
Sunbridge Properties.
Oh, really? That's interesting. Yeah, I don't see Sunbridge on here, so they must have they must have not Sunbridge. Yeah, so that does change everything, because they're smart. Because it's their business. So you can be more frank with them and just be like, hey, what would it take to get into this with a seller finance deal? Is that even possible? And they might be like, nope. And you're like, well. So they're
that was my fear, was that
they're
they're going to stick me for 11% no matter what, and say, yeah, sure, we'll take 20,000 off the ask, but that 11% is sticking with us.
Yeah, no, they know what's going on. That's why they're asking for what they're asking. So it's tough to make a deal with those guys.
Okay, so probably a pass on that one.
Yeah, definitely hard pass. Usually the situation when somebody says, hey, we're really interested in seller finance, it's because it's very advantageous for them. It's not going to be a deal.
They didn't really jump into that. They'd rather sell it outright. But they said they do offer owner finance, which, with it being on the market for, I think, 154 days now, they're probably willing to take, a $20,000 cut on it.
Yeah, see, I mean, I would offer it still. It's one of those things too that can open up a huge deal. Like if you're a buyer that solves their problem, then you get to know them as a company, and when they have one they need to move, you're the guy. So it can work either way.
That's exactly what I was thinking when he mentioned that that 1.4 million property with 16 units.
Yeah. So definitely talk to them, and definitely, just be like, hey, what can we do?
Okay.
But the beauty is you don't have to really negotiate with these guys. They already know what's up, and so it's a lot easier to just be frank with them. Like, hey, you can say you're part of a group with 11,000 people. You can sell these things all day long. They just need to be desirable. They can't be so overpriced.
Okay.
Yeah, because obviously the market has spoken to them, and that's why it's been on for so long, because it's overpriced.
Yes, sir. Okay.
All right.
Cool deal. Thank you for your time.
Okay, good. So take it easy.
Could I go real quick? Because I'm pressed on time. My bad.
Yeah, JJ, go ahead.
I just want to know what the mortgage is on this address. I'll send it to you. But they're super motivated. He just said that they really need a.
I didn't get it yet. Did you send it? You muted yourself, just so you know.
What's with these people calling while they're driving? Tisk.
Crazy. And you haven't sent anything over, JJ.
Oh. There.
Let me take a look at that.
Is it bad when like on Zillow it recently says price dropped and then like price dropped 30K, not like 10?
That's pretty good in my eyes.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay, cool.
Cool looking
I like
place.
when
Where's you like it what?
I like when they increase the price.
Would it make it harder if it's increased or when it's decreased because now that they're gonna want less or assuming that they want less?
JJ, would you want to pay less or more?
Buyer end obviously less. Selling end obviously opposite. So
Okay.
buyer, I want less.
But you are not selling it, you are buying it. So yes, you want it to be lower for sure.
Gotcha.
100%, always lower. And that means they're motivated. So it's interesting. This is just unit C.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's unit C. It's not the whole thing. It's the unit. It's a townhome.
Unit.
It's a townhome.
Okay, gotcha.
What do you think you can get into it at?
Yeah, I want to know what I mean. They're motivated. I don't have prop stream, so I wanted to know if there's a mortgage on it or not.
Yeah, there's a mortgage of
that?
3.67, and the balance is 170. So there is a mortgage, but they're expecting about 500.
Yeah, no, that got you.
600.
No, yeah, it's probably why they've been on the market for over 200 days. They're probably expecting a big check.
Yeah, absolutely, as they should. I mean, you can lowball them.
Right. I got you.
Yeah, this one's a fun.
Okay, no, that was about it. But I mean, I like learning. This is making perfect sense on what to do and what or just property. So, okay.
Yeah, finding that deal. This one's not a deal.
No worries.
Positive.
What's the ask on it?
It's like 5.
7.
The asking.
Oh, is it 5? Oh, 535. Oh, it's valued at. I was looking at PropStream. It's valued at 800 grand.
The comps are
actually
695 to 700.
Yeah, the comps nearby are much more. Like, there's a comp nearby, and it's like not even renovated, and it's selling for more.
I mean,
yeah, I would offer them 400 grand and see what happens for sure. I didn't even realize that because I was looking at PropStream and it was valuing it at 800,000.
Yeah, no, it's way under that. I mean, 3,500 bucks a month.
Richard's been saying PropStream numbers are off, Mr. Trent. I wouldn't be trusting PropStream numbers.
PropStream numbers are off, but it gives you a guide, rule of thumb.
A rule of thumb.
The only thing I get is the mortgage. So, honestly, what is it, TK? What's your assistant? You look like Pace Morby. I don't want to call you Pace Morby.
Thanks.
Assistant. Shane's not my assistant.
Or Shane. Oh, Shane. My bad. So Shane, what would you think, like on a catch ball, try to get something realistic where we can dispose of it? What do you think I would have to be at?
Well, what's 60% of the ARV? So
okay,
ARV is 695, probably 700. So 60% of that, which would be about 400. Where I think Trent Pachet 450 maybe.
Yeah, and you know what you do is you just tell them that your lender won't give you any, like 400 is all it will do. And you can say it's been on market for a long time, so obviously it's not worth what you're asking. That's the argument. The market has told you what it's worth, and it's not worth 535.
The market has rejected your price.
Rejected. All right, you good to go? Oh, you went on mute again there, buddy.
That's it on my end.
Yeah, go lowball them and see what happens.
Yep. So what was it? Around the price point, because I cut out on my end.
Going
400,000.
400. What is 60%? I'm not even calculating this.
I like 400 better. Just start there and see what they say.
Alrighty.
You can always go up to 460 would be your top for sure.
Yeah, I'll stay everything. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. That was it.
All right, later.
Have a good one.
420 would be your top. Sorry, 420 would be your top. I just did the math.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, online, what's going on?
All right. Looking at this property in Gainesville. So it's 1016 Northwest 4th Avenue. Basically a duplex. Guy, look, from what it looks like to me, it has no mortgage on it.
What's the you said 1016 Northwest?
Northwest 4th Avenue, yeah.
Okay.
I can put it in the chat.
No problem, I got it. In Miami?
Gainesville, Florida.
Gainesville. All right, maybe I don't have it. Gainesville. There we go. Hey, and what's going on with those the ones that you're fixing flips, right? Did you have some fixes?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still trying to get rid of them. We can talk about them too if you want, or we can do it off later.
Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that because I'm curious. You crack me up that you're like, I just suck at fixing flips.
Yeah, it was my first two. We did about 10 afterwards. It's just I just if I can unload it, I'm losing $200 a month until some equity builds. Like it's fine. I mean, I just don't want to pay two mortgages.
No, I got you. And you did a great job. The fix.
Yeah, the fixes are fine. Everything. The Fayetteville is kind of a pretty quick fix. I mean, it was just kind of cosmetic stuff we did.
Yeah, you did nice.
But they're just not good deals. They were just
Where
not.
are you at?
I'm in Florida now, but I'm still in North Carolina. I'm a GC in both states.
Oh, that's great. You did a really nice job. I was like, holy
Talk
crap.
after.
Nice.
I have a fix and flip in Florida I want to do.
Yeah, if you want to use me, I got all the guys and sure.
Yeah, let's chat. I'd like
He
to.
does really nice work, Shane. Really
Yeah,
nice.
it's awesome. Okay. Yeah, no, after the live, let's if you got a minute, let's chat.
Sure. Anyway, so this one I think is a good deal. He's got no mortgage on it. He's willing to negotiate. He wants 20% down for seller financing. It's only been on the market for 30 days or something. I think he had it on before though. I looked at PropStream, looks like it's zero mortgage. And he's got both. It's already rented, so he's making $1,300 on the unit downstairs and $980 on the one upstairs. So it's really a good investor thing. But I think you need to probably get him to between 10 and 15%, and maybe throw $5,000 on top or something. What do you guys think?
Are you planning on keeping it or trying to sell
No,
it?
I don't want it. I want to. This is a good deal for someone else. I don't really want it at all.
Yeah. So if you can get them in more of the 7 to 10 down payment range, but you're saying it's 200. I mean, I'm 2,500 for both.
Yeah, but I'm from Zillow rents. It looks like maybe the rent is should be around $2,600. Let's just say it's $2,400. So you can probably raise the rent a little bit. It's freshly remodeled. It's not like a great remodel, but it's relatively good remodel. So I don't think there's nothing to. It's turnkey. Yeah, I wouldn't do anything to it at all.
Yeah, I got 1,300 a month per side, so 2,600 is what's coming up with for me. So 24 is.
So what are they actually getting? 900 and what?
980 and 1,300.
Okay,
so he's getting 2,300. Or yeah,
basically for sure.
So you can raise it a couple $100, yeah, for sure, probably.
And
it should be $1,300 the door in Florida. What, go ahead.
You want to do seller finance on this?
He does. Yeah, he does.
What
so I think what's a good?
numbers?
That's why I'm calling you guys. I mean, I'm going to call him at 3. I'm just trying to figure out what I kind of think what I would say, but I mean that's why I'm calling to see what do you guys think. So,
what I do by rule of is go ahead, Shane. Sorry,
just curious what the asking price is.
It's $395 right now. It's for sale by owner anyway. So I think we can knock it down. I mean, like that's why I'm calling. Like, I mean, it's not a bad deal as is. Put down. But I think get us close to, But I think it's got to be asking price for the seller financing, right? I mean, is $395 crazy? I pulled up comps. It's not a bad price.
You're doing something.
I do 405 at 0% down or 0% interest. If he's open for it, I think.
I'm sorry, say that again.
405 at 0% interest.
500 a month.
500 a month, yeah.
And what's the worst case scenario? Like, where do I draw the line?
410, 415, maybe. What do you think, Trent?
Well, if you want to sell it, where we're saying, because again, these investors get 1 million of these every day, so it's got to be something that stands out. If you're getting it at 500 a month, 0% interest, you put 7% down, that's sellable.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably go up to 10, 11%, and still stay at the 500. And that should still be okay.
500 a month. That's really low though, right? And how long do you want to? What do you want the balloon?
8 years.
Really? I mean, someone goes for that kind of stuff. Let me get that deal.
That's the whole point. Is we want them to go for stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because then we can sell it. I like making things easy to sell. It's if they're hard to buy, then they're going to be easy to sell.
Yeah, but like not like hard, but like let's just be realistic. What's the worst case? Like, I mean, I don't want to like do what he wants, but what's the 500 a month, 0 interest? What's the top payment? Like 1,000, 1,200 is the worst.
So
I wouldn't go that high. That seems really high to me.
If we can go higher on the payment, slightly higher, and keep the entry fee low, if you could go like 5 to 6, 7% entry, I think that's sellable too. I might be wrong, but
yeah, but it has to be give and take. What I'm saying is,
you think 1,000? You think 1,000 a month is too high? I mean, it's like still cash. It's cash flow like $1,000. That's 1,300, maybe $1,600 cash flow almost if you raise the rents.
Yeah, but you still have operating costs.
You got you got vacancies. You got a ton of things you're not figuring in.
Okay. All right. So, but 1,000 is like worst case scenario, right?
You want that, so yeah. I wouldn't pay. I wouldn't go for that. It's not sellable. That's my thing. Is
really? No. So then I think I can't sell my units at all. Then I don't even know how. Like I was thinking,
your units are rough. Like that's why I was just trying to figure out something. But your units, the ones you have are rough. That's
not selling or a retail buyer.
Yeah, I don't think the retail. Yeah, I mean, we're trying to sell it to a retail buyer, but then, I guess that's like the only option. But then we have to sell it at a big discount, and then I'm upside. I mean, that's might be the only option then. Yeah,
that is the only option for sure, and that's when it's sellable is when somebody's taking a big hit because somebody else is benefiting.
Yeah.
So like with your other ones, you have like an 8%, right? You have hard money loans. It seems.
Yeah, because well, it's DSCRs now, but yeah, essentially, yeah.
But how much? What percent?
For the 8. One in the one at 8% is because it was at the top of the market, like that one we did in 2023. I could probably refi it to a 7.1 now. I don't want to; it's extra money.
Yeah, that's
but
the difference you wouldn't realize for a while. Like on those, are you willing to just
I mean, I'm willing to like pay me $1,000 a month and whatever. At least I'm not losing $1,800 a month. I'm losing $800 a month. You know what I mean? Like I gotta move them. I can furnish them and
do they cash flow?
Send me the rent or something. I mean, you know what I mean?
Send me your like. I can't believe I have to do this price, and let me see what
I'm
I
there.
can do.
Send me yours. Just send me yours. Like I say.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know all your numbers. It's pretty.
My numbers are I'm 50 grand each into each one plus a few months of payments now. So I'm upside down like 50 grand on Calabash. Let's just call it 60 grand at least.
Yeah.
You know, I'm probably 40 grand in Fayetteville. What's up?
Even if you just walk away from them, I don't feel like it's that sellable of a situation, even if you eat that 50 grand. Yeah, I got to look at those again because you sent them over, but I didn't. Let me double check here.
I mean, I think you can rent it for like $2,100. So if you pay me like $1,000 for, I don't know, 3-4 years, then it's a balloon. I mean, you're making money. I don't know. And I can manage it, or, you know, I could find a renter.
Yeah.
I mean, I might just end up doing that anyway. So then, you know, I just want to have some kind of a down payment of like whatever, 5-10K. So I recover some of that loss. But if not, then yeah, I'll just end up renting it and whatever, you know.
I think that's your best bet, 100%.
So just so I'm clear,
yeah,
you want 5 or 10K down and $1,000 a month, and you can rent them at 2,100.
Yeah, I think the one in Fayetteville, between 1,900 and 2,100, maybe $2,000 or something, and then the one in Calabash, I think, yeah, same 2,100, 18 to 2,100, something like $2,000.
And you'll manage it too.
I can because I'm, you know, yeah, I could do that.
Let's talk.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's not a great deal, but it's just I just don't know what else I can really do. I don't know. You know.
Am I hearing the numbers right? Like,
yeah, the numbers are right. It's just, I mean, yeah, that's what I have to do, I guess. And then hopefully it builds up some equity quickly, like inflation goes through the roof again or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
Well,
we can talk.
I mean, yeah, I have to. Like, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like I don't have any other options. You know, yeah, I guess.
How did you get into them? Why is it
just bad deals? I just didn't know what the hell I'm doing. I just got into bad deals. They're bad deals. Fayetteville is not as bad as the Calabash. Calabash is a very bad deal. Very bad deal.
Gotcha. Yeah, it doesn't have much curb appeal.
I guess. It's just kind of the area.
You did a great job.
Yeah, we did a good job. But it's like, you know, so what?
Absolutely.
Huh. Yeah, it looks fantastic. It's really done well.
Yeah. There is some issues with the floor, but I mean, we fixed all the issues, and like people are just like, nobody wants. It's just a bad area. Like it's just, you know, just old neighborhood, but it's close to the ocean. Like you could theoretically Airbnb it, but I'm not going to manage. I mean, I can connect you with someone who can manage Airbnbs down there. I don't know. Just in theory, you could do more, but you know, it's easier if you're actually there to mess with it, I think. And I moved. I was living in North Carolina. It was easier. Now it's
I got a buddy in Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk. Like, yeah, that's fine. So, but anyway, for this deal, 1,000. What? We can't make money at 1,500 a month, and then if it cash flows 13. I mean, I've never cash flow
whatever you want. I'm just telling you what happens back end, it doesn't sell. So I mean, I already have do I have experience about things not selling. So that's why I'm pessimistic. My deal is these investors are seeing 1,000 units a day, and they only take the ones that are insane. That would not be insane. That would be market price.
They don't even take the ones that are insane sometimes, which is I don't believe it. Like it's
so hard to sell them. That's why I'm saying it's got to be something that's amazing. So do whatever you want.
So let's say worst comes to worst, I get them to 5% down, 1,500 a month or something, like worst, but only 5% down. How much can I make off of it? Like $2,000, or what are we looking at?
No,
as an assignment.
It's just not going to sell.
It's not
You
going to
won't
sell.
make
So, okay. So what if it's 5% down, 1,000 a month? What's the most I can make?
That's closer, and I don't ever. It all depends on what the buyer does. You can't guess. I never tell people what they're going to make because I've got to manage
But what's like?
expectations.
But what can I throw? Like $2,000 is like, that's the most, or it's like, like what's this thing? Yeah, just wondering.
You want me to tell you that whatever you're going to do is the way to go? So I will. Hey, that's a great way to go. I would do that.
No, I'm just asking. That's why I'm on the. I'm just trying to see.
But I'm telling you, you're not listening to the answer.
I see what you're saying.
That's
So
what
yeah,
got
just
you.
try it, see what happens. I got you.
Probably didn't listen to somebody when you did that. Sorry, I'm a jerk like that.
No, I mean I'm just I'm just trying to learn, trying to figure it out.
No, that's what I'm saying. The deal is you want to buy a Ferrari for $40. Like, that's the thing. If you can get it,
I know.
If that's where they sell. Otherwise, it's just there's so many out there that people just don't care. Like they don't care unless the deal is insane.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. All right, bro. Well, Shane's gonna buy your. All good. Shane will buy your. Yeah,
if
he'll
he
buy
wants
those.
to, yeah, just DM me and I'll talk. I'm getting off. We can talk right now or after this. No problem. All right. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Okay, buddy. Take it easy.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, I'm gonna butcher your name. Parashila.
It's Prasiddha, but you can call me PK. Hi, how are you guys?
That's much easier. I made it into Prasita. Okay, perfect. How are you?
I'm good. Doing good. So I've been talking with one of these realtor, and let me send you the property to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I have texted you, inboxed you.
Perfect. Got it.
Okay, I've texted you. So I've been going back and forth with this realtor. The realtor is really interested in this offer that I have offered him. But the problem is the owner is not. I mean, he's kind of stuck with the deal of like he wants to get 8% interest from owner finance. But maybe like there is something I'm missing from my side that's not making it the deal close. So I was thinking what could be done. What do you think about the property? Let me should I share the things I have?
When a seller, okay, he's 189 days on. So when somebody says that they're willing to do owner financing, it's because they want to make a ton of money off of the financing. That's the bottom line. So you're not doing anything wrong. They're he's just looking to make money. He's not hungry. He's not desperate. He's just like, hey, hopefully there's a sucker out there that will come and pay what I'm telling him. So you're doing everything right.
Okay.
Let me double check it though.
Make sure on that one, yeah, because the realtor sounds to be like really interested in what I'm offering. But yeah, the owner seems to be like not caring about it yet. But he said he will try to pursue him with a counter, like to put something counter offer to me, so that we can work on this. But yeah, that was my last conversation with him last night. So I'm hoping he will reply something today. But in the meantime, I wanted to make sure if I could do something instead.
Yeah.
So you want to hear my offer? What I've been offering to do them?
Please, yes, sir.
Sure. So I have I said 500K for the total property. That's 31K more than the price, and 40K down and monthly payment of 1,200 on for 6 or 7 years of balloon period. So that way I run my numbers. I believe I can make like 500 cash flow from this.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what I'm offering.
What are rents?
The rent is 3,000.
Oh, it is, and that's what they've been getting. Okay. Yeah, 3,000. Yeah. Shane, did I get that to you?
You did. I'm just my internet's really lagging.
No worries. And so at your give me your numbers again because I was just trying to
Sure,
look at the
no
properties.
problem.
3,000 a
So
month in rent.
yeah, and I offered him 500K, 40K down, 1,200 monthly payments for 6 or 7 years of balloon period.
I'm sorry, and the monthly was how much?
1,200.
1,200. Okay.
That way, I think we can do like 500 cash flow from this.
It's a nice place.
Yeah, that's a solid. I think that's a very solid offer. The fact that you're getting $3,000 a month is good. You're not going massively over.
Mm-hmm.
What is the offer price?
It's I think 469 is the of
Yeah.
the yeah, and I offered 500.
So just
500.
31.
And then how much for down payment?
40K.
40K.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you're.
40K. They are okay with the 40K down. He's already okay with the 40K down. He's just looking for 8% interest, which is it's too much. Yeah.
Yeah. Terrible.
And then what are you paying a month, or what is your payment per month?
Well,
I offered him 1,200.
Thank you. Cash flows.
500.
Cash.
But not
got
at
720.
800, not at 8%. That's the problem.
Not at 8% down money down?
No, per month. I mean, interest rate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'd be negative cash flowing at 8%.
Yeah, exactly.
And what percent did you want to offer him? 0?
The monthly payment?
No, the percentage.
No, for the interest, I haven't said anything. I mean, I just said 1,200 monthly payments. I haven't talked
Okay.
about the interest at all.
Yeah, he's going to come back at you with an interest rate, but
Mhm.
with no interest rate, that's a great deal. That
Yeah.
works. But his interest rate, you'd be upside down about $1,100 a month.
So just if he gets me a counter offer, what's the max amount of monthly payments I can offer him from you guys?
Well,
What?
that 8% is what is going to kill you. So it's all dependent. I think you're right in line with where you should be to make it
Yeah.
sellable.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not sellable otherwise. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's not about getting the deal. It's about getting the deal sold.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I would offer that. If he doesn't go for it, then move on. That's what I would
Okay.
do.
Okay.
Because sometimes, sometimes
Mhm.
you just can't fix. There's just not a deal to be had.
Uh-huh. So yeah, and I've been talking with another person as well. And
Yeah.
this one, I'm a little bit confused because let me send you the property.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's this one. Okay.
All right.
So for this one, the problem is I found out that the seller has mortgage. I don't know exactly how much remaining,
Dragons.
but the interest rate is 7.75. That's what the
You-
realtor told me.
You love
Yes.
8%, don't you? You're just an 8% magnet.
Yeah, I should be.
Everybody wants you to
So
pay.
yeah, I think that doesn't make sense at all for the seller finance since there is that interest rate and some
Higher
amount of
than market. Yeah. So it's terrible.
yeah.
Golly, I wish there was something I could tell you that
Yeah,
would make
I was
sense.
thinking just to skip this, but just wanted to make sure with you guys as well.
Let me double check it real quick. I just want to make sure. 8%. What are people thinking?
I'm thinking that I can get that from a bank.
Exactly. That's what I said to the realtor. So he was very open with me. Like he really appreciated my offer. But the owner, yeah, I don't know if he's trying to hard.
Okay, I've got it as 6.61, but that's not any better. Yeah, he only has. I mean, he's only paid off about 3,000 of his loan, paying 1,000 a month.
Yeah, this is a straight sub 2.
It is a straight sub 2, with nothing. Like I wouldn't offer him anything.
Not a dime.
So yeah, if you want to do that, just
need to do that.
I would think. Does it cash flow?
Yeah, it does.
What are the rents?
Section 8's 2100, well, 2080.
So 1655 is conventional. Like, so say 1600.
Not 1600. We got 620 at the section 8.
I know, but I always pick the very worst, because until you have I mean, once you buy a place and you realize that the rents that everybody's saying that it's going to be are not the rents, then you're stuck.
So without section 8, we don't cash flow.
Even section 8?
Without section 8.
No, I get that. Yeah, that's the dream. So if we can't cash flow at the lower one, then it's probably deal to sell.
So 1600, we cash flow $236 a month.
Yeah, so it's positive, so that's good. So that's the bottom. Like, I like that to be my bottom, but if you can't get section 8, then you know that's all just gravy. Because your expenses are $1,400 a month. Let's see. Taxes, insurance, $250, maintenance, $150. Yeah, so yeah, about $200 a month.
I got
if you
300.
took it up. How much?
Oh, for taxes, 200? No, I got 300 for taxes, but you're talking about cash flow. Sorry.
Yeah. Cash flow is 200. Taxes and insurance is 250 is what I got, and then maintenance of another 150. So $400 there.
I got 261 and 56 for taxes and insurance, so just over 300, 310 or 320.
And what'd you get for maintenance?
Maintenance, I got 10% of that, so it's another $100, $89.
Yeah, at 400. So 14 total expenses. Yeah, and that's at the lower end of the rent spectrum. So yeah. I mean, if you can get them just to take that, and you're not going to give them anything, you're just going to take over their payment. That would be sellable.
Okay. Yeah, let me speak with them today.
All right. Where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Nepal.
Oh, from Nepal. Okay, my daughter went there for a few weeks. Yeah, she loved it.
Really? Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's an amazing place. I was in India, in Bhubaneswar. Is that the way you say it? In Odessa. I don't think there's nicer people anywhere else in the world than in India and Nepal. I loved it. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, we get a lot of that.
I'm from India too, Trent.
Oh, you are?
Yes, I'm from India.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes.
Whereabouts?
Sorry?
Whereabouts?
No, I'm from India too, but I live in Chicago.
Where in India? Where did you?
It's like
what
northwest.
city?
Northwest, close to Bombay.
Close to Bombay. Okay, cool. Okay, well, you're next, BP, so perfect timing. All righty, buddy.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
You bet. Take it easy. Okay, BP, what's up?
So I got questions about some seller finance. When I talk to the agent and everything, so they asked me some questions. Seems like I do not know, or I do not know how to explain them. So the question one is, when we paid like down payment, is that include the agent commission on that?
The agent commission comes out of that. The seller is responsible for that. So that's money we're giving to the seller, and the seller then is responsible for paying that
So
commission.
basically, that comes out from the 10% or whatever the 8%, 10% we give them as a down payment.
Correct.
Okay. Second question: that when we do like a set of payment like every month, do we pay the tax and insurance, or that covers into that set of payment from the seller?
No, we pay the taxes and insurance separately.
Or we pay the tax and insurance?
Yep, that's our responsibility.
Okay, and if there is an interest includes on that set of payment, so how we calculate, how we explain to the seller, okay, this is how much the interest and this is how much the capital in that set of payment.
I like to ignore the interest rate completely.
Yeah,
that
but
way
if there's a situation,
say it again.
If there's a situation that we have to like 2% interest or something like that, how we can explain, okay, this is the 2% interest or.
Yeah, just plug it into the calculator. It'll do it for you. The reason that we don't do interest is because we're giving them a down payment that's a little higher, or we're also giving, I'm sorry, not the down payment, but we're offering them more than their house is worth for the purchase price. And so we figure that interest within that.
Okay, so when we put that in the calculator, the amortization, the calculator generates as 30 years, right? So in the 30 years, and we make the balloon for 8 years. So the interest rate, the interest goes accordingly to 30 years amortization, not the 8 years term. 8 years.
We're done paying it in 8 years, so you're not going to pay all that interest. You're not paying 30 years worth of interest.
So we consider 30 years amortization in that 8 years term.
Yeah, it's the amortization is just a way to figure out a low payment, and that's why we do it over 30 years.
Oh, okay, got you. And the other questions is the closing cost. That we cover that closing cost, right?
We cover the closing costs. Yep.
Okay, we cover the closing cost. Okay, so I got one property. Can you take a look if that's a number that makes sense? So I calculate that number.
Yeah, let me. Sharon, do you care if I do this one real quick, or do you want to come on? I don't want to cut into your, because I know you've got a guest today, right?
I do have a guest today. He's not in yet. He'll be jumping into the Zoom, and we'll you guys will listen in on that. But whenever he gets here, we can get started. But you guys, you have a little bit of time, because I'm a little just trying to get everybody set up.
Okay, no worries. And B, send that over to me. Let me do it offline. We'll Shane and I will do a quick.
I sent you the address. I sent you the address, Shane, and you.
I already got it in. I want to read the numbers.
Yeah, I want Sharon to be able to. I know you've got a lot going on.
Hey.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I haven't seen you forever. You're awesome.
I try.
You are the queen of Hold My Hand Wholesale.
Oh, stop it.
Question.
What? Stop. Give me a.
Well, I thought it was Shane who was the queen of Hold My Hand Wholesale, but yeah, he said nope, it's Sharon.
You got my crown. It's okay.
All right, do your thing. We'll step out. And who was it? It was MB. I mean BP.
That's me. Yeah, that's me.
Yep. Okay. We'll call you in about 2 seconds. Okay. Thanks, Sharon. See you later. Have a great life.
See you, Sharon.
Okay. I'll be back at noon because I'm a maniac.
Bye, guys.